in many people's minds, when you consider a Roman Catholic, you think of the Roman Catholic that only goes to church once or twice a year, isn't really serious about their belief, just believes what they're told by the priest, and that's pretty much how you view that issue. That is not enough. In fact, I have said, I hope that this year, 2017, the reminder of what really went on in the Reformation, is going to help us to realize there are only a certain number of good reasons to not be a Roman Catholic. There are only a certain number of good reasons, and there are a lot of really bad reasons. And if the reason you're not a Roman Catholic is because you think the Pope dresses funny, that is not enough. If you think it's because, well, I just don't like candles, I don't like the way that they do liturgy, there's just certain things, there's scandals in their past, those are not the reasons. Those were not the reasons that Martin Luther or Ulrich Zwingli offered. Those were not the reasons of the even more mature reasoning of the second-generation reformers like John Calvin. They had meaningful reasons to engage in the activities they engaged in and to make the arguments that they made against Roman Catholicism. And we need to rediscover what they were. And in our day, as Roman Catholic defenders have developed even more nuanced presentations of their beliefs, we must understand what those arguments are, and we must understand how to respond to them. For the vast majority of believing evangelicals today, their doctrine of the atonement is primarily derived from emotion and tradition, not from the Scriptures. And I would like to suggest that for many evangelicals today who have a doctrine of the atonement that is primarily based upon hymns like In the Garden or something like that, they are not prepared to deal with what Roman Catholicism has developed as an apologetic for the concept of the Mass. So often today, the cross is presented as mere weakness, as God trying to do something, as a desperate God undergoing a desperate act to try in some way to convince people to come back to Him. That is not what the apostles taught about the atoning action of Jesus Christ upon the cross of Calvary. That self-giving by the Son was the eternal, determined action of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. It was the display of God's wisdom. It was the display of God's power. And it had a very specific result and a very specific purpose as well. And when we understand what the New Testament teaches on this subject, then we will be able to point to the fundamental flaws of the Roman Catholic concept